Chapter 84 began with Jinwoo having a meal with Esil and her father. Her father asked Jinwoo again if he needed an entry permit and a guide. Jinwoo thought to himself that perhaps her father had misunderstood his earlier words about borrowing Esil. In Esil's father's mind, the mere fact that he was negotiating with a human hurt his pride. However, knowing that Jinwoo was strong and had dark soldiers, he decided it would be best to avoid engaging in battle with him. So, he asked Jinwoo if he could ensure that his daughter would not be harmed. Jinwoo quickly replied, assuring Esil's father, "You have my word." He smiled inwardly, thinking how unusual it was to encounter a demon who was so concerned about his daughter. Esil's father responded, "Very well," and handed Jinwoo the entry permit. Jinwoo opened it to confirm that it was indeed an entry permit. He thought to himself that now that he was on the upper floor, the permits were likely issued by the demon clans. He stood up and asked Esil if they could leave right away. Suddenly, a notification popped up in Jinwoo's system. A demon noble has requested to join your party. The message explained that party members could use divination circles to travel between floors, and experience points would be divided among the members based on their contributions. Jinwoo realized that he could share experience points with other party members, but it would be distributed proportionally. He immediately told Esil not to try to participate in battles and that he would take care of everything. Esil was surprised but blushed and agreed. Jinwoo glanced at her, puzzled by her reaction. The scene shifted to Jinwoo and Esil ascending to the next floor. He asked Esil if she was okay without her horse. Esil explained that only party members could move between floors, so she couldn't bring her horse along. She stopped and handed Jinwoo a liquor bottle that was favored by the Igris clan, as her father was preparing a gift for other clans. Jinwoo asked why. Esil explained that taking the gift would make negotiations easier. Jinwoo asked if they were on good terms with the Igris clan, to which Esil replied that they were not, as disputes between nobles were common in the demon realm. However, she assured him that the Igris clan was at least reasonable. Jinwoo replied, "Good to know," and told Esil to wait for him outside. He wouldn't take long. As he walked away, his shadow army could be seen emerging from behind him. The scene then shifted to the Hunters Association office, where Chairman Go was talking to Woo Jin-chul and a national-level hunter. The hunter asked if they knew the whereabouts of Korea's 10th S-rank hunter, Sung Jinwoo. Woo Jin-chul responded that it was difficult to pin him down, and even their surveillance team was struggling to find him. The hunter questioned how he could be sure that what they were saying was true. Woo Jin-chul replied that the South Korean Hunter Association wasn't foolish enough to lie to a national-level hunter. The hunter smiled and said, "I see," before mentioning that he had heard about the scene caused by Hwang Dong-soo in Korea. He added that, because Hwang Dong-soo is an S-rank, he wasn't in a position to tell others what to do. The hunter then mentioned that aside from Sung Jinwoo, he wanted to ask the association to deny Hwang Dong-soo entry into the country, which had apparently already been done. Chairman Go confirmed, "Yes, correct," and the hunter concluded that there was nothing more to discuss, saying he would call if he needed anything in the future and shook Chairman Go's hand. Chairman Go thought to himself that while he was not a small person, in the presence of this hunter, he felt like a child. The hunter arrogantly remarked, "It's pretty chaotic in Korea lately due to what's happening in Jeju," and asked if his visit had given them false hope. He continued, "It's a shame. Even though I'd like to help, I'm just too busy. However, if South Korea is willing to pay to hire me, that's a different matter." The hunter then made his way to the door, mentioning that he had a flight to catch. Woo Jin-chul asked if it was okay for one of the surveillance team's hunters to accompany him. The hunter didn't respond directly but said, "By all means, just make sure everything we discuss stays on the down low." As the hunter left, Chairman Go asked Woo Jin-chul if it was foolish to think that the man would help with the Jeju Island raid. Woo Jin-chul assured him there was nothing to worry about, as Japan had agreed to cooperate with them. On the next scene shows a plane carrying the members of Japan's largest guild, who were scheduled to visit soon. The scene shifted back to the Demon Castle, where Jinwoo had defeated the Igris clan's demon knights and nobles. As a result, he gained a significant amount of experience points and leveled up to 87. Jinwoo realized that his opponents were high level, which was why he was earning so many experience points. Even his other shadows had reached their max level and only needed to advance to the next rank, like Igris and Tank. The system asked Jinwoo if he would accept the advancement of Igris and Tank to the next rank. Jinwoo answered, "Accept." Immediately, a powerful aura surrounded both of his commanders, and it was evident they had become much stronger. Igris was promoted from Knight to Elite Knight, and Tank was promoted from Elite to Knight. Jinwoo was surprised by how powerful they had become. Igris now had the strength of an S-rank hunter, and Tank's strength was on par with a top-tier A-rank hunter. Esil then called out to Jinwoo, apologizing for interrupting, and addressed him as Sir. Jinwoo told her not to call him that anymore. She asked how many clans Jinwoo had destroyed so far. He replied that aside from their clan, he had defeated 9 others up to the 89th floor. Esil explained that from the 90th floor onward, top noble clans would manage the floors and would be significantly stronger than high-ranking nobles. She suggested that if he could negotiate like he did with their clan to obtain the permit, it would be best. Jinwoo then asked Esil, "If I were weak, would you still want to negotiate with me?" Esil was taken aback by the question. Jinwoo smirked and said, "That's how it is. Besides, you said there was a dispute between clans, so I'll do whatever it takes to make the Radish clan #1. Esil, hearing this, corrected him, saying their clan was called the Radiru Clan. Esil then asked why Jinwoo was helping their clan. He replied simply, "Because I've taken a liking to you." Esil blushed in surprise and stammered, "What?" Jinwoo thought to himself that she is like Jinho, and he seemed to get along with people who had a quirky side.